Welcome to Saturday evening at 6 p.m. It's the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC and 93.3 FM. The show is all brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, 33 Productions, and also Poplar, Bluff Drywall. With us is Screen Team member Jake. Jake, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing just fine.
Jake, you brought someone very, very special to your family. You brought him to the Screen Team family. Why don't you go ahead and introduce him?
Well, this is my lovely wife, Miss Candy Whitlow.
Candy, appreciate you being on the Screen Team. How you doing today, man?
Doing good.
Doing good. I tell you what, you guys have picked 3 movies that are kind of close to your hearts and to your relationship and stuff like that. And the very first one is The Money Pits.
Well, yeah,
It's
definitely
very relatable.
It's very relatable. That's what I'm looking forward to hear. Saving me there.
Now, for those who don't know, The Money Pit came out back in 85, 86, somewhere around there. Stars Tom Hanks, also stars Shelly Long, and basically these guys are a couple, and they find this beautiful, beautiful mansion, and they kind of find out that there's a lot of it's definitely a fixer-upper, to say the least.
Yes, definitely the line from the movie, "We live in Swiss cheese with a door."
Yeah.
And we quote that at our house quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just living through our own renovation, of course, it makes this movie really relatable. And I think as far as comedy goes, it's one of Tom Hanks' best.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
He has got some of the funniest one-liners, some of his antics and his expressions and inflections and stuff are pretty great in this movie.
So, do you guys remember when you guys saw this for the first time?
Of course, I grew up in fixer-uppers, and that movie was always kind of a staple to have in our house. But
Yeah.
I don't think Jake saw it until we bought a fixer-upper and actually started working on it together, and we were getting frustrated. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Just watch this movie. It'll bring your sanity back. 'Cause,
Yeah.
it could be worse."
Now, you guys have done a lot of projects on your house and stuff around the house. Have you guys had any experiences like Tom Hanks and Shelley Long have had in this movie?
Not quite. We've never had a bathtub fall through the floor or anything, but one of my favorite quotes out of that movie, and it's something that anytime we get frustrated with a project, I always say he says, "Here lies Walter Fielding. He bought a house and it killed him." It's like there are times where I really feel like that.
Yeah.
For real. I'm trying to think of a situation that was anywhere similar. We haven't had anything near as extreme, but I mean, we've had, of course, last Halloween, our basement flooded. I think I told you about that story.
Yeah.
That was not fun because it started pouring down rain that morning, and our basement had about 6 to 8 inches of water in it. On the deep side, probably closer to about 10 to 12 inches of water in it.
Yeah.
And there was another instance where I came home one day from work and opened up our back door to go into the kitchen, and our kitchen ceiling was on our kitchen floor.
Wow.
We had a roof leak, and the plaster just fell one day, and I just turned around and locked the door and left and waited for him to come home. I was like, I'm not even going to deal with this.
And to this day, there's about a 4 foot by 8 foot hole in the kitchen ceiling right above the stove.
That's great. That is awesome.
That temporary fix has lasted, 2.5 years or 2 years now, about?
Yeah, so you guys can definitely relate to this movie. It's I had seen this movie several times when I was a kid, and I hadn't seen it maybe in 15 years or something like that. And what really stood out most to me was I forgot how funny this movie was. This movie is just hilarious. The scene, Candy, you were talking about where they're pouring the water in the bathtub, and all of a sudden it just falls through the floor, and Tom Hanks is looking at it, and he just starts doing that crazy laugh.
Yeah.
Total hilarious. I mean, it was just, oh man, it was so good. And then they hire these contractors to fix up their house, and they're like Hell's Angels people or something. I don't know what their deal is, but they definitely got some shady folks to work on it. But this is a very, very good movie. And would you recommend? I can't remember. Is this rated PG-13? Is it rated R? Do you guys remember?
I think it's PG-13.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's PG-13.
Okay.
I don't think there's really a whole lot of vulgar language in it or anything like that.
No.
Maybe a few themes, maybe a few adult themes, but
Right.
For the most part, the humor is pretty slapstick.
yeah, it's
Right.
really slapstick humor, and I would recommend this to especially any couple in their first fixer-upper.
Yes.
Watch this movie; it will totally give you a boost of energy to wake up the next morning, knock out those projects.
Because, it could always be worse. You could live in their house. So.
You could live in literal Swiss cheese with a door.
That's true. And I've seen pictures of what you guys have done to your house, and you guys have done just an amazing job, man.
Thank you.
So definitely kudos to you guys. All right,
Yeah,
we'll
thanks.
have more with the Whitlows coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll be doing let's do the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. We'll do that
All right.
one. We'll do that one next, coming up after the break, right here on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.